Welcome to Truth Heals 1111 with your girl Chloe, and we are back with another general tarot card reading. If you're watching this video, hopefully you're in high spirits and ready to receive and open to receiving the message that is about to be delivered. Now, this is just a predictive reading. Only take what resonates in this reading, but does not apply. Allow it to fly. We are going to see what is currently going on with you or what may be going on around you. This could be your actions, your thinking, the behavior, or the consequences of any of those and what is currently happening in the moment. If this reading is triggering to you, please log out. Not everything is meant to be yours. Make sure you check out the other readers on YouTube that are spiritually gifted as well to give you confirmation in regards to your situation. I have prayed, I've shuffled over the deck, I have my confirmation tarot cards. I don't have any oracle cards with me because I don't want to go off in only certain cards and then led in that direction. So we're just reading tarot cards for the week, no oracle. It is what it is. Family, friends, ma'am, I'm at work. And before I came to work, I was listening to the song Boss by the Carters, Beyonce and Jay-Z. So if you're in that mind motivation spirit of a boss mode, right? Make sure that you listen to that song. It may motivate you, it may not, but this morning I was on one. Let's tap in. We are going to see what is currently going on with you. All right. Spirit, ancestors, Most High, Universe, give me truth and clarity in regards to this situation. Spirit, ancestors, Most High, show me what I need to see. Okay. Now, I do have the light and the shadow deck mixed together. So whether you're of the light or you're in the dark. And we already got one dark card. The dark blue is the dark card, which is the shadow aspect of what is currently going on. The Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups shadow, meaning playing dirty, trying to win, receiving love, abundance, stability, success, fortune, fame, whatever this is. The Ace of Cups in the shadow deck is meaning that you are willing to get what you want by any means necessary. Show me the Ace of Cups in its shadow self. Show me the Ace of Cups in the shadow. We have another shadow card, two shadow cards. I have the Sun in reverse. So this is dark energy. And then Judgment in reverse. So somebody here is willing to do anything and everything without being aware of the consequences that may come with any actions, behavior, the mindset that is taken. The Ace of Cups, the Sun, and the Judgment. Are you really wanting me to tap in on this? Okay. What is Judgment in reverse? Wait, the Judgment to the Sun to the Ace of Cups. Your mental or your emotional thinking may not even be accepting. You are not accepting anything and everything that's going on around you. You may be a non-believer. You may feel like whatever situation it is, it's a part of life, it's a part of the world, it's just something you're going through. You may not have a strong influence or belief in a certain faith or a certain religion, or you just feel with the Sun and the Judgment, the Ace of Cups, um, you may just have a comfortability of, you know, the situation you're in, the situation you're going through. You may not like it, you don't love it, you don't like it, but you accept it. Show me the Judgment to the Sun. The reason why is because somebody makes you feel very important, being toxic, being in the shadow version of yourself. Somebody here may, put you on a pedestal. Somebody here may pour into your ego, your self-esteem. Somebody here may make you feel like you're you're the end all be all in a shadow version of yourself. This would mean like the shadow version of yourself not being able to heal, not understanding your emotions, not able to process life and the reality of life in the manner that people of the light would. Um, and what I mean is, it's almost like, when we experience life lessons, things happen, right? We really take a look at the people, places, and things that surround us, and then we see in this situation what's working and what's not working. Um, and especially in the vision or the direction that we are moving forward into. In this situation, you're just so comfortable with being in the shadow self of you, of your own self, right? Um, and that you are committed to being in the shadow version of yourself. Okay. Show me the Ace of Cups to the Sun in reverse. I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Such a lackluster spirit. The Queen of Pentacles is like, show me the Queen of Pentacles to the Sun in reverse. Very dark. Oh, Lord. Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. Now, let me just keep this real with you. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Feminine energy, whether you're a man, a female, cat, dog, boy, girl, anything like that. You may be reckless in the actions that you take. And the Queen of Pentacles is like, every time you go to work for money, every time you receive something will be just as fast as you lose it. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, you may feel hopeless at this time in regards to your situation. With the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, your strong desire to have an Ace of Cups with in life in general, family, friends, careers, success, building, growing, evolving. To the Sun in reverse, there's a lot of things that you don't know what is going on around you. You may even be watching tarot to find out some sort of information. With the Judgment in reverse, you are looking for answers. With the Queen of Wands in reverse, you may have the spirit of doing something strange for some change. And then the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, even though you may do something strange for some change, right? It doesn't get you anywhere. You're still, you're in this energy of, I'm gonna just keep this 100 with you. You drain the clock, not the cock. You know what I mean? You waste a lot of people's times. You're not willing to go above and beyond for other people, especially if you're a sex worker. You look for money from men, women. You look for the benefits that come with like using and abusing, manipulating, cheating, lying to people to get what you want. With the sun to the judgment, it still puts you in a position of not growing, not getting anywhere, not really having something to say behind your name. And what I mean is by your name, right? If you're in this Jezebel energy, that's how people are going to see you. That's how people are going to respect you. You teach people how to treat you. In this situation with the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, if somebody was in seeing you correctly and in their right mind, they see you as somebody that's not a valuable person. Um, they may see you for a good time, not a long time. They may see you for somebody that only can give, has something to offer and they're willing to take from you. They may see you as reckless. They may see you as impulsive. They may see you as somebody that gets around. They may see you as a manipulator. Either way, the people, places, and things that you interact with are seeing you correctly. Show me judgment to the star. Mm, 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 with the strength to the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the strength in the light card, right, means that you are inspired to continue being in this behavior. Now, the thought process of you taking action on being who you are, right, is very hopeful. It's very motivation. It's very creative. It pushes you to take certain actions, right? Now, a lot of things in life you may not be attracted to, or you may not be, you just don't do anything without motivation. And with the strength, you may feel like being who you are in this shadow side of yourself is very motivational because you get to take action. It's almost like you're getting a rush. You're getting something that pushes you to be so in your shadow self. I got the Seven of Pentacles in the shadow version of yourself. The Seven of Pentacles is you keep constantly doing the same thing over and over again, thinking that you're going to grow something, but you've been waiting. You've consistently been waiting for some sort of benefit, some sort of opportunity, for something to come out of it, thinking that whatever you've been investing in is going to be fruitful and multiply. But again, you are willing to give so much of yourself and settle for less than what you are receiving back in return. At the same time, my intuition is telling me you also like to put people that are on a pedestal, that don't belong on a pedestal in your life. Um, Even if a person shows you that they're there, they're around, and things like that. Um, let me give you an experience, right? I went to lunch yesterday with my son and my best friend, and we were sitting at the table. We were talking about goals and business and things like that, and the direction that each and every one of us is going, right? My son and my friend are both inspired because I set the example for them because I'm older. So we're bouncing ideas off with each other to become even more successful in life. You may be intertwining with people that have a lackluster spirit, meaning they don't inspire you, they don't push you to be better, they don't help you create anything. You may even not be engaging in people that really care about how you think, how you feel, how you see things. You have showed people who you are, and so now people are seeing you for who you are as the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Spirit also says you have been manipulating something too as well, or trying to manipulate. Because I keep seeing the word manipulative. Whatever you're trying to manipulate, what's for you will always be for you. If you have to get out of character to manipulate something, then it's not meant for you. And this is you forcing things to happen in your life that you are trying to, that may not even be meant for you to happen. This is almost like, and let me give you an example of how this works, right? You may want to date a fireman, right? And so, because you think a fireman looks good, so you're hoping that somebody's house catches on fire so you can meet a fireman, right? But then it tends to happen, right? To where you encounter a fire truck and you see these firemen and you're like, oh my god, you're so impressed by this fireman, and you're like, you're happy that you manifested to see this fire truck and the firemen, right? But then they take one look at you and none of them's impressed by you, right? And so it disappoints you because even though you manifested to see it, you did not manifest the experience of it because, again, it is not meant for you to manifest a fireman or the fire truck. And then at the same time, now somebody's house caught on fire. You know what I mean? So it's a double whammy loss for what you're trying to manifest. Confirmation. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Show me this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands energy. Show me this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands energy. Oh my God. Queen of Cups in reverse. Jesus. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups in reverse. To the Nine of Swords. 10 of Wands. 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups, to the Queen of Wands. With everything in your life going on, the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, you are very unhappy, you're very unsatisfied with everything in life, what you've chosen, where you're at in this moment. And the Nine of Swords. It's almost like it's a very disappointed thing. You may feel like people are judging you. People are pointing the finger at you. You may feel like spirits, ancestors, they're laughing at you. With the Nine of Swords, look at the spirits and the ancestors pointing at you, looking at you. So, in the spiritual realm, you may have done something wrong with your actions, behavior, and the consequences. The Nine of Swords, you could have played with some sort of magic as well. You played with some sort of magic with the spirits, the ancestors, you tried to pull something from the other realm, and the other realm is looking at you because you are not spiritually inclined to be tapping into the spiritual world. You are not spiritually inclined to do certain magic. And with the 10 of Wands, this is what you have created. A lot of burdens for yourself. A lot of things that you tried to do by magic has backfired on you. And now you are carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders, a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities. With the 7 of Wands and the 2 of Cups, right? You are defending some sort of friendship, relationship, partnership, situationship. And you're trying to prove that you are a Queen of Wands upright. But again, who you actually are is a Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is where the manipulation come in, right? I tell everybody, right? That's close to me, right? If anybody tries to prove to you that they're this and they're that and they're this and they're that, run as fast as you can away from them. Because a person's does not have to tell you who they are. You will know a person by the way they speak, by their action, and by the rewards that a person receives from the mindset, the behavior, the attitude, and then consistently communication, staying consistent. You are trying to tell people that you're Queen of Wands upright, but in all reality, you're the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands in reverse. Nothing is working out for you at this time. The Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. By even if you listen to this reading, you may be wanting to change something about yourself, but not understanding, not knowing, not really wanting to change or taking certain actions to change. Show me the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. And if this is just not one person, this could be you, another person, and another person. 3 people. So take that as it resonates. I have the World. So some sort of cycle is closing out, which leaves you in regret, remorse. You actually going through the consequences of all the actions from the mindset and the behavior that you have taken. With the 4 of Cups, you are being rejected from the spiritual realm, you're being rejected from the physical realm, you're being rejected from the mental and the emotional realm. Your thoughts, your behavior, the actions, and the consequences may be pushing you to feel a little bit distorted. Because we had a super full moon in Gemini, you may be fighting 2 sides of yourself. And what I mean by 2 sides, you may be questioning yourself. You may be questioning, why do you feel insecure? Why do you feel like you're not being loved? Why do you feel like you don't have enough? Why do you feel like you're not a good person or a parent or a co-worker or an employee? So you have the super full moon charged up and you're over here fighting yourself. With the 9 of Cups in reverse to the 10 of Wands, you are not satisfied with the burdens that you have to carry. And meaning you may be the ones carrying this burden alone. You may think that the people, places, and things that were invested in around you, the mindset, the behavior, and the actions, you thought that it would be a manipulative way to be able to receive goodness, wholeness, but again, in the shadow aspect. This means by any means necessary, I'm going to live off of somebody's coattail. I am going to be somebody that I'm going to be somebody I'm not. I'm trying to impress people. I'm seeking validation. I'm trying to fulfill my ego, my pride, my selfishness, and I'm not going to use my discernment. This is the part where you don't know what you don't know. And because you may not have experience, yeah, you may be young, because you have not experienced everything in the world, right? That teaches us lessons, that helps us to see people, places, and things for what they actually are. You are still naive to the system, right? And then why I say system, you could be even systematic. You may follow behind certain people, places, and things. You may compare yourself. You may judge yourself. You may try. And again, you don't, if you were to go look in the mirror and take a look at yourself, you may not even be able to take a look at yourself. When you look in the mirror, you can only see your eyes. When you look in the mirror, you can only see your lips. When you look in the mirror, you can only see your cheekbones. When you look in the mirror, but when you look in the mirror, you truly don't see yourself. You can't really look in the mirror because you will eventually cry. What is the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Wands? The World. You are very self-conscious about yourself, and that is a great thing. Being self-conscious about yourself, I do it too, right? Maybe I'm skinny, but I'd be like, I'm so fat, you know what I'm saying? Or I may cheat before I work out, and I eat a burger, and I'm hard on myself, right? You are the type of person that's hard on yourself, and it causes you to even stress out even more. Now, I will say with stress, anxiety, things like that, we tend to have health issues in regards to stress, anxiety, mental and emotional health issues. Our body will take on sickness, illnesses, things like that if we are not precautious about our environment, who we surround ourselves with, what words are we speaking to ourselves, and how other people are speaking to us, and then deflect how we speak to other people and how we see are viewing the world. To the world, something traumatic may have happened to you in early childhood. Um, it's almost like you have a fixed mindset. You could be a fixed sign as well. You have a fixed mindset, meaning that you're stuck in the way you talk, the way you think, the way you feel about yourself, who you surround yourself with, and you're stuck in the direction that you would like to really be going in. Okay, well, let me see if I can support you and assist you. Show me the world to the Two of Cups. Spirit saying you are looking for love in all the wrong places. Knight of Wands. You are looking for love in all the wrong places. The Knight of Wands means that you are intertwining with low vibrational people who are looking for a good time, not a long time. Now, I would like to ask you this: what are you settling for? Um, the World to the Knight of Wands. You may have daddy wounds. Mm-hmm. You have daddy wounds. Yes, you have daddy wounds. Mm-hmm. Eight of Pentacles. Your father could have been an alcoholic. Your father could have been the type of person that worked real hard. He was an alcoholic, but he was far away from home. He was always on the go. He was never around to support you and assist you. But again, think he was there to pay for the bills and everything like that. In early childhood, you could have experienced seeing your parents fight at an early age. You could have been surrounded by, you could have seen a lot of abuse. You could have seen a lot of bullying. You could have seen a lot of negative things. And that imprint lasted in your head, which it changed the way you think. And what I mean by changing the way you think, um, we are all whole. But because we experience certain things in life, people will be like, I'm broken. Well, where are you broken, right? You may experience the negative things, the toxic things, the bad things in life, right? But you forget about the good things that have occurred too as well. Um, you may feel like every time you experience a relationship, family issues, things like that, that there's always an imbalance. This could be a chemical imbalance in your head, or the people you surround yourself with that have an imbalance within them. And you're always trying to make things work in the shadow self, right? People are who they are. And if they are who they are, and they do what they do, um, I can get in where I fit in. This is trauma bonding. This is codependency. This is a wound, an internal wound, that you may be avoiding looking at in order to heal it. Mm-hmm. But the alcoholism or drug addiction ran throughout your family history. and also within you for so long now that you've become accustomed to this type of lifestyle. Show me the world to, oh wow, still the shadow. Mm. The Six of Pentacles to the Hangman. Somebody here is pulling away from you and it's making you feel trapped in a situation. You may be unaware of what to do next, what move to make, where to go, how you're going to make it. You may be worrying a lot about your future, worrying a lot about how you're going to make it in a day-to-day basis. You may even be interacting with multiple people at this time to gain something from it. What are you trying to gain? You are trying to gain some sort of finances, but also with sexuality, and also to feel loved. You feel like somebody is using you. You feel like people use you and abuse you, and that's why you do the things that you do. Correct. The Two of Swords in sideways. So it's very an indecisive decision that you need to make at this moment. What is this indecisive decision you have to make? The Ten of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And this is the light aspect, meaning without healing and understanding, everything that you've been through in life was never meant to break you. You were supposed to experience things, and I say this all the time. I am very grateful for the light that I experienced because I wouldn't be who I am today. I appreciate the haters. I appreciate the backstabbers. I appreciate the betrayers, the liars, the cheaters, the hustlers, the grinders. Because growing up in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, baby, I wouldn't have been able to move accordingly. I wouldn't have been able to understand. And when I enter a situation, it's unknown how things are going to play out. But because I have experienced things from the past and I still have things that repeat itself, it does not break me. It only elevates me. In this situation, because you have not enough experience behind your back, you're wanting to be in a household. You want to be the homemaker. You want to be the nurturer, the healer, the giver, the mother figure, right? But the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles in the light aspect, meaning you're not even being your authentic self. You're in a toxic family situation, Ace of Pentacles, always chasing a dream that's not even going to manifest in your life. At this point in time, it's something about like a sacrifice. You having to make a certain sacrifice. The thing that hurts the most is the one thing that you are going to have to be able to sacrifice. And no, it is going to hurt. It's going to break you down. It's going to put you even more in this. You want to crash out. Your mind, you're emotional, right? Because it's constantly doing the same thing, trying to invest in a happy family dynamic that has no return from it. Nobody's happy here. Nobody's being seen as loved. Nobody's seen as being blessed. Nobody's seen as being fortunate. Nobody's seen as making things work in the home. It's a big, great imbalance. And again, you're stressing yourself out, full of anxiety. Deep breathe, pause, deep breathe, take three deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out. Blow out. Clear your mind, clear your thoughts. Whenever, if I read tarot cards, or like I'm a therapist, counselor, right? I'm a counselor. I said, okay, we have to compartmentalize all the negative things that's happening in our lives, and we can only deal with one thing first. But we have to be able to store everything else and not block that out because we have one thing to focus on at this time. Right now, it is an imbalance of your mental, your emotional, your stress. You're in this Jezebel meaning player type men, women, right? You're not feeling loved. You're not saving money. You're not getting anywhere. And then the Queen of Wands, you have no guidance to do something different. The Ten of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. Something here needs to be sacrificed. Let's see. Spirit, ancestors, most high, show me the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. What needs to be sacrificed? What needs to be sacrificed? Well, first, the Knight of Wands, people, they got to go. Justice. To do what's right, to do what's fair. If you knew that you were being cheated on, if you knew that you were being lied to, or if you know that you were being used and abused, if you had an inkling that any of that was going on in your life and you're questioning yourself, first of all, any person placing thing in your life that you have to question shouldn't even be a part of your life. I shouldn't have to question how you are in my life. I shouldn't have to question your love for me. I shouldn't have to question, can I trust you? I shouldn't have to question, can I believe you? I shouldn't have to question if my bills are going to be paid. I don't have to question anything, because if I have to question it, it's going to be dismissed. The justice is, if you're asking yourself certain questions at this time about a certain thing, then it's not something that you need to be entertaining at this moment. Show me justice. Show me justice, Spirit. Show me the sacrifice. Show me the sacrifice. What needs to be sacrificed? Off with his head. Off with his head. Something about a male figure. A male figure needs to be sacrificed. Look. The Tower to the Fool. The Tower to the Fool. That new beginning that you thought you were going to have with, I have Scorpio and Aquarius energy, with Justice, Libra energy. Something has to be sacrificed here. The Tower to the Fool. You thinking that it's going to be prosperous. You thinking that you're going to have a new beginning. You thinking that things are going to have to work out. That Tower moment to the new beginning is here. This may be your new beginning. Things have to fall apart in order for you to begin anew. And if things are falling apart and you have to question why things are falling apart, this means you need to grab a broom and a dustpan and clean up everything that has transpired and throw everything in the trash. Show me the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. You may have some sort of father figure that's reckless with their sexual energy again. Some sort of male figure, the Knight of Wands, or this could even be you when you're reckless with your sexual energy. To the Eight of Wands, you use your sacral energy. You may even try to use the elements to gain access to certain opportunities, opening up windows and doors and things like that. But with the Five of Cups, this means that you could be being left out in the cold, or you could be leaving some people, places, and things out in the cold. To stand in your power as this mother figure, as somebody who can lead, who can do things on her own, who could manage everything on her own. The Empress, whether you're a man, a woman, and we all can embody the divine masculine, the divine feminine. But being in your shadow self, it's going to consistently take trusting the process. And what I mean, we have all made mistakes. I have, right? Not we. I have made many mistakes in my life growing up, and I started at the age of 7 when I was trouble. But at the same time, I was gifted then because as a child, I had dreams, I had visions. People treated me differently even as a child. Growing up, people treated me differently into where I am at in my life. Now, today, I sit in the Empress energy, but don't get it twisted. I can be the Emperor too. I know how to. I have seen strong men in my life who have inspired me, and they have my whole circle changed, in which instead of the men lusting for me, they're more protective of me. They guard me. Um, I'm their sweetheart, right? I'm their baby. I'm their child, right? And they don't allow me anytime I feel or anytime I go through something. I'm calling them, right? I'm calling my father, right? Even sometimes my mother, right? She stands into this masculine role too, right? She says, Chloe, if you're going to be a boss, you can't allow people to play on your top. And I understand that, right? Because when I get my invoices, right, as a boss figure, in the Empress or Emperor energy, I'm looking at my gross pay, right? I'm never looking at my hourly pay, my salary pay. I'm looking at the gross pay. And as I keep getting the education, I put in the work of who I am because I know who I am, and I keep seeing people, places, and things for who they are. When people switch up and things like that, right? Um, when I became comfortable with who I was, no matter what I look like, no matter who I am, things like that, my life became comfortable. Um, I stopped perceiving the potential of things, and I started to pray a lot and began following my intuition to create the life that I want. Now I can take a look back at it and thank you for the lesson that have taught me to become stronger, to become wiser, to become better, and to use and trust the process. But not only that, I believe in a power greater than myself. It's not the power greater than myself that I conform to. It's a power greater than myself to my own understanding. And by my own understanding, baby, I can't go wrong unless I know that I'm doing wrong. Mm. Let's see here. What is the Six of Pentacles? Because now nobody is wanting to give to you, and you're going to have to figure some things out, young lady. You're going to have to figure some things out. What is this? Oh, wee. And you are going to have to put your big girl panties on. And now you are going to have to go on a long journey with the Eight of Cups. You're going to have to walk away. You're going to have to begin this journey. But don't worry, we're going to be here as readers on YouTube to be able to help guide you. And, if you need truth and clarity, and when you're ready to move from the shadow aspect of yourself into the light, we're going to be able to pick up on this energy. If what has not worked out for in your favor, then that means that there's a different path that needs to be taken, a different choice, a different mindset, a different decision. And again, I've been here before, so you can't run anything past me in my life that I have not experienced. Again, to the haters, the naysayers, the non-believers, the liars, the manipulators, the cheaters, thank you, because it only elevates a person. You can't stop somebody from understanding people, places, and things and comprehending the environment around them. People are going to conform into the environment. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, this is like, people think like the hood is scary, right? Baby, I lived in the hood, so anytime I go to the hood, right, I go to the hood and I'm not scared to step in no hood in who I am because I have accustomed to the hood, right? Let's say I go to a predominantly rural neighborhood or suburban neighborhood, right? I can, I'm comfortable doing that. But the eight of cups meaning like a long journey into finding who you are and the direction that you want to go. The temperance is balancing your inner internal and your external self. If things are driving you crazy now, baby, the wheel of fortune in reverse is here. Fate is not in your favor at this moment. The divine, the ancestors, the spirit guides, they are watching you. They're pointing at you. They're laughing at you. They're making a mockery of you. You were not understanding the lesson and you were trying to prove something. What was this that you were trying to prove? Oh, let me hurry up. You were trying to prove your worth. The Nine of Pentacles. You were trying to prove that you were successful. You were trying to prove what you could bring to the table. You were trying to prove that you were the be all, end all. You were trying to prove something to people, places, and things of something that you don't exhibit naturally, authentically. To thine own self be true. And anytime you're not being true to yourself, then it's a lie. The opposite of truth is false. You were living in a false environment, a false lifestyle, a false sense of identity, a false sense of family, a false sense of fortune, a false sense of reality. Because again, there's some inner child wounds, daddy wounds, and things that have transpired in your life that makes you even fantasize about living in the righteous way of life. And then when you're being challenged, when you feel like you're being threatened or you feel like you're being challenged, now you want to argue and fight. Well, first of all, truth is truth. When the truth reaches to you, you want to fight back with falsehood. You're not going to win. You're going to end up still losing because you're still showing up false. And what this means is that we are all destined for greatness. How we perceive it, how we take action for it, how we want to become successful. But the perception in your reality is the blocked mindset of pretending, and definitely pretentious as well. So family, friends, sir, ma'am, if this is you, the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands, this is a no flag zone area. Um, to all my haters, you know what I'm saying? And repeat after me. To anybody that hates on me, to anybody that doesn't like me, to anybody that judges me, to anybody that feels like they want to go up against me, keep going because you're only going to make me better. You're only going to inspire me to keep pursuing more. You're only going to give me your energy, and I'm going to balance this energy, and I'm still continue sitting on the throne. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, I hope this helped. I hope if this is you, please only take what resonates in this reading. If this is somebody you know, then this is something that this person is experiencing at this moment. If it's not, if it's not you, then guess what? It's not. If it's not you, then this ain't within you. Um, Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.